welcome to Let's Play Gran Turismo 3, episode 28. Yeah, this is 28. Alright, so we have officially cleared all of the B-license events in this game, as of which I believe after calculating this, I think there were 9 B-license events I had to get through. And well, now it's officially time for us to get through our first A-license event, which is the Beginner Gran Turismo World Championship. So, I have a choice between 2 cars, if I just do this. So, I'm pretty much torn between the Lancer Evo 6 rally car and the Impreza prototype. And apparently there might be, I have decided that, well, I'm going to go for the car that's probably less likely to appear in this championship, but will probably still appear in the championship anyway, and that's this, the Impreza rally car prototype. So between this and the Evo 6, I've decided I'm going to use the Impreza. And officially, I know I probably don't need this, but obviously, because I'm wanting to see if I can make it 10 out of 10 wins, obviously, I will purchase myself the Stage 1 Turbo kit, you know, just in case, and I think that's about all I'll really do. And officially, that's all I'm going to do. And the reason why I have the Turbo kit as well, because I'm pretty confident that I can probably win 10 out of 10 races, and obviously I've got the Turbo kit just in case, because I do have a feeling there might be the occurrence of a GT300 car. Because even though I'm pretty confident I'll be able to win 9 out of 10 races, it also depends on knowing if I'll be able to make it 10 out of 10. Also, furthermore, we get 10 grand if we can win each of these races, which is equivalent to 100 grand for a perfect score, and also we get 50,000 if we can win the championship overall. So 10 races, as we are going to Tokyo Route 246, Super Speedway, Trial Mountain, Midfield, Laguna Seca, Seattle, Route 11, Apricot Hill, Trial Mountain Reverse, and Grand Valley Speedway for the finale. Most of these races are 2 laps, with the exception of Grand Valley, which is 3 laps, and so let's do this. Let's go for what will probably be less than 1 hour of racing. And yep, I think I can officially guarantee I will get the perfect 100 points, because we do not have a Toyota Super Autobacks MRS, nor a Nissan C-West Razo Silvia, which are basically the 2 GT300 cars in this. So I think that's pretty much confirmed that I will probably get a perfect 100 points in this championship. And obviously, gonna turn off the driver aids because I do not need them, and it's also because this thing is 4-wheel drive. Not gonna mess with anything, and just gonna turn my game down a little bit on my headset. And yeah, let's do this. Let's go for 10 races of domination. Urgent. So, let us go for what will probably be 10 races of domination. As of which, oh damn it, I'm already up into the lead after 1 lap. And surprisingly in second is the normal Impreza rally car, who is managing to hold on to the second position at the moment. So basically, the main reason why I got myself the turbocharger as well. There's one race that probably is harder to win than the others if it's either the Toyota MRS or the Nissan Silvia GT300 models, which do tend to appear, of course, in this championship as typical opponents. But officially, since they have not, and it's basically mostly rally cars in this championship. As a matter of fact, in my championship, it's basically all rally cars. I have officially made a confirmation in saying this championship, without a doubt, will probably be a clean sweep. Which means I do not have to push particularly hard at the moment, because I am pretty certain I will probably be virtually unchallenged for the entirety of this championship. Because with there being no GT300 cars in this championship, I am fairly confident I will probably get a perfect score. But dependent on knowing if this will be an easy perfect score, that remains to be seen. But officially, at the moment, I am literally just decimating the field, which is what I expected myself to do in the first race if it was going to be all rally cars. Because oddly enough, it is actually pretty easy to win the GT World Championship in the beginner league, apparent as it might be. It is very easy, especially if you know very well that your opponents are all rally cars and you also have a rally car to compensate. Also, I'm already under 3.7 seconds clear of the focus. And I can pretty much cruise home to victory now, because these AI are not looking too big a challenge. And there's no real reason for me to push hard at this point. So basically, I'm just going to short shift and cruise home to the first of what will probably be a perfect 10 victories. As I won by 3.6 seconds in the end over the Focus. Then it was the Impreza in third, followed by the Celica, then it was the other Impreza prototype in fifth, and then at the back it was the Corolla. And here's to officially getting a perfect score for this championship, because that is exactly what I predict is going to happen. So 10 points to me, 10 to the Focus, 4 to the first of the two Imprezas. Then it's the Celica in fourth, the other Impreza prototype is in fourth, and then at the back it's the Toyota Corolla. Let us move on to race number 2, which takes place at Super Speedway. So, don't really have anything else to say about this championship, apart from saying I will be on course for what is probably a perfect 100 points, because of how easy it is to beat the AI in this championship. And that's not just if you have a rally car, I mean, if you have any race car that is capable of running this, then obviously you will basically win this. I mean, you can basically use any rally car you want because, well, there's no limitations for the event, but officially I am fairly certain this will probably get harder and harder as we trot along. Considering obviously this is only the Beginner League GT World Championship, and also I should probably mention that officially this is also our final Beginner League event in this game. And already, like I did in the previous race, I am probably going to dominate and eventually see myself cruise home to what will probably be another victory. Alright, so that has officially confirmed that through one circumstance or another, the Beginner League GT World Championship is a certain clean sweep. Anyways, final lap of Super Speedway, and yo, my fellow Impreza has now just moved up into second place. So 1, 2, 4, Subaru. The Scoobies are first and second. And oddly enough, these AI are keeping up with me, because they're definitely doing better in staying glued to my bumper in this race than they were in the previous race. And could this maybe a potential lockout for Subaru? Well, I take victory, and the normal Impreza takes second, and Focus got third, the other Impreza prototype was fourth, then it was the Corolla in fifth, and then at the back it was the Celica. So 10 points to me, 6 to my fellow Impreza, then it's the Focus in third, followed by the Impreza fourth, then we have the Corolla, and officially these are now your updated point standings. So 20 points to me, we have a tie for second between the other Impreza and the Focus, then it's the Impreza prototype in fourth, and then at the back is the two Toyotas. Celica fifth, Corolla sixth. So another 10 grand for winning. And officially, I am fairly certain my money is literally just going to be climbing up by the time this championship is over. Anyways, race 3, and we are at Trial Mountain. And like I've been saying before, this is officially what I can probably label as being so far the easiest championship I am leading so far, because effectively I've had no real challenges for the race wins in this championship at the moment. And it looks like the Corolla is trying to make a move at the inside of the Impreza, but obviously... Oh, okay, I got caught up in the mayhem. Sorry, the melee. Yeah, I got caught up in the melee. And now, all 4 Subarus are at the back. And we need to try and see if we can get back up front. And made a little contact there with the two Toyotas, but obviously with the way these AI are racing, that's pretty much inevitable. And at the moment, this is probably the first time where I have not managed to take the lead up to this long in a race. Down the inside I go on the Focus. That is perfectly legal because I had the inside line and I was staying on track, and officially I now have the inside line for the chicane, and looks like the Focus got airborne there for a moment, but officially whatever the hell does happen now, I am back in the lead. And it would be something if this championship could be a Subaru 1-2. That is one thing I would not mind seeing. Which I am now officially back up into the lead and going onwards to what is probably win number 3 in this championship, considering I have definitely swept the first 2 races, and my fellow Scooby is now back up to the 3rd position, and I just cut the hairpin. As which that was completely by accident. I had no intentions of cutting the corner. That was completely by accident. And officially heading through the chicane now, and it is 3 out of 3 for the Impreza prototype. By just under 1.5 seconds, then it was my fellow Impreza in 3rd, followed by the Corolla 4th, then it was the Celica in 5th, and then at the back it was the elder Impreza. So in the updated point standings now, I would say I am pretty much double the points of the Focus, then the Impreza is in 3rd, then my fellow Impreza prototype is holding on to 4th, the Corolla is now up to 5th, and the Celica is in 6th, even though they are now tied for points. So Toyota are basically involved in their own little battle. Meanwhile, I am basically just fending off from the Focus. Up to this point, anyways. 3 races down and still 7 to go. As we are now going to midfield. As I just breathe into the microphone. Anyways, it is pretty much back to business as usual, and oddly enough, my elder Impreza is actually leading this thing at the moment. And here comes the Focus. Whether if my fellow Impreza prototype can actually make a move down the inside, and yes he will. So made a little bit of contact there with the Focus, but obviously I am now up into the lead as we near the end of lap 1. And officially I am pretty much going to be guaranteed the W if I can just keep my nose clean and and not do anything stupid. So at the moment it is currently 1-2-3 for the Subaru Imprezas, as of which the elder Impreza is in second, and then it is the fellow Impreza prototype that is in third. And officially I'm now 1.1 seconds clear. And this could very well look like a sweep of the podium for Subaru. And oh, okay, the Impreza prototype has now taken the second position. So hopefully, if it is possible, it might be a 1-2 for the Impreza rally car prototypes, if we can keep the consistency going, but I'm doubtless it won't. Anyways, it is 4 out of 4, and officially it is a 1-2 finish for the Impreza prototypes. Then it was the elder Impreza in third, the Focus was fourth, and then at the back it was typically the two Toyotas. I am hopeful that through one miracle or another we might be able to get an Impreza 1-2, maybe. Oh, we do have a tie for third now, and the Focus at the moment is still holding on to second, and meanwhile at the back it is now the Corolla that has moved ahead of the Celica. So I now have over 100 grand, and I am pretty much on my way to taking home the clean sweep. Anyways, race 5, and this time we are going to Laguna Seca. Officially, this race is now the halfway point of the championship. And at the moment, we have the two Corollas in second and third places respectively. But again, the Imprezas are definitely looking to make a move, as of which the Impreza prototype now moves to the outside and is looking to take second place, so if it's possible, it could still be a 1-2 finish in the championship for the Impreza prototypes. But again, I wouldn't have thought so, because the Corolla just fought back. As of which, both the Corollas are currently engaged in this fight. Just literally scrapping for second place at the moment, and oh, that's the Focus. Well, again, I'll still be happy if we can get a double podium for Subaru. I mean, that will be still a W, even then, of course, if it's not a 1-2 finish for the Impreza prototypes. But officially, I'm now 1.7 seconds clear of the Focus, and it looks like, up to this point, I can basically just cruise home. Because, like I said before, if you are going up against all rally cars in this championship, and the car you are choosing is of course a rally car, then you are probably more than likely to get a clean sweep in the championship overall. And because there are no GT300 cars in this championship, officially the perfect 100 points has been confirmed. And to those of you who are wondering why the hell I even purchased the turbo kit, well, you will officially find out later on in the game. But of course, I'm not going to reveal what that is just yet because I want to make it a surprise. Anyways, off the final corner and officially to the stripe, and it is win number 5. And surprisingly, it was the Corolla that took 3rd place here at Laguna Seca. Then it was the Elder Impreza in 4th, followed by the Celica, and then at the back, it was the Impreza prototype. So I think that's pretty much confirmed where exactly the Corolla is going to finish in this championship, because he is pretty much 3 points cleared now of the Celica, and officially doesn't look like the Focus is going to be challenged for 2nd. And as of which, up to this point, I'm literally double the points of the Focus. Impreza is 3rd, then it's the Prototype in 4th. The Corolla has now pretty much, I would say, confirmed his 5th position in the championship, and the Celica will probably finish in last. Anyways, race number 6, and we are going to Seattle. So, I don't think I'm going to waste any more of your time. And I think the best thing I can really do at this point is just get this over with. And see if I can officially make it 6 wins out of 6. Considering obviously that is a high possibility. And looks like the Focus fended off from the fellow Impreza prototype. Gave the older Impreza a little bit of a nudge there, but managing to keep it all clean up to this point. And as I expected myself to do, I'm now once again up into the lead. Obviously, as you can see here, I'm short shifting because I have no reason to push it. Ah, damn it, I hit the wall. And it is officially a 1-2-3 for the Impreza squad once again. Although then again, the Focus is fighting back. And the Corolla is trying to see if he can get a piece of that 2nd place. And it looks like the Impreza got shuffled back to 5th again. Even though it was a 1-2-3 sweep for Subaru at midfield, obviously it would be nice if one of them could finish this championship in 3rd. And, oh okay, it is now once again a 1-2-3 for the Subaru squad. And obviously, I'm not going to guarantee that until we get to the end. And it looks like the Impreza has now moved up into the 3rd position. And as for where the Focus is at the moment, I've got no idea. But I think he's currently in 4th. Meanwhile, focusing on my race, where I am probably going to be in pretty much the perfect position to sweep this championship almost hands down. Damn it, I hit the inside wall. I had a feeling that's what I was going to do at the bus stop, but again, I really don't think there's any problems with that. So heading through the final chicane, and officially it is a perfect 6 wins. And... oh, okay. Well, still a 1-2 for the Impreza prototypes, even then, of course, if it wasn't the elder Impreza that finished in 5th. Well, looks like the focus up to this point has pretty much confirmed he'll take the silver, but it's just a matter of knowing who exactly will take the bronze. Officially, my fellow Impreza prototype has now moved up into the 3rd position, 2 points ahead of the Elder Impreza, then it's the Corolla in 5th, and at the back is the Toyota Celica. So I am now pretty much over double the points of everyone else. So we still have 4 races remaining in this championship, but up to this point, I would say the championship, once I've won this race, will well and truly be mine. So, if I can win at Route 11, then I'm pretty much the confirmed GT World Champion for the beginning league, mathematically. Officially, I would say we are pretty much the Beginner League World Champions, mathematically. Considering obviously everyone is pretty much fighting amongst themselves at the moment. And trying to see if I can confirm my 3rd position, and the Corolla got really aggressive there on me, because he just literally punted me on the left-hand side. Just literally punted my fender right there. And the Impreza prototype is trying to see if he can move up into the 3rd position, but the Elder Impreza is fighting back. And we do have quite a tussle going on for the 4th position, sorry, the 3rd position in this championship. And once again, the focus is now up into the 3rd position, as I expected him to be. Meanwhile, for my race, I am basically just holding on to what is probably going to be a championship launching victory. And I think the Impreza prototype has now moved back up into the 2nd position once again, so he's really been coming on a charge recently, since he finished last at Laguna Seca, so this could still be a double podium for the Impreza prototypes. Even though obviously I'm not going to jump straight to conclusions, at least not yet. But overall, my fellow Impreza prototype has been doing very well, since he had that last place run at Laguna Seca. He's really come on strong, he really has. That's one thing I can confirm about my fellow Impreza prototype. Wow, I do not know how I avoided touching the wall there, because I I was probably only meters away from crashing, but somehow I didn't. Yeah, don't mind me, I'm just thinking about what exactly I'm going to say next. Hopefully it will be inoffensive, but obviously, like I said before, I'm not jumping straight to conclusions. And oddly enough, if the Impreza prototype continues this form, then he could still be in contention for possibly clinching second in the championship. And that to me personally would be, really would be, a personal statement. Not necessarily a personal statement for revenge, but certainly a personal statement for redemption. Knowing of course that it could be a potential 1-2 for Subaru. And obviously, I would definitely like to see that if that does come into fucking fruition. But officially, positivity is on a high note, and positivity has just got even higher, because mathematically, I am now the champion. And I won that race by under 1.9 seconds, for what is, once again, a 1-2 finish for the Impreza prototypes. Then it was the Ford in third, the normal Subaru Impreza rally car was fourth, the Celica has now taken fifth, and the Corolla was in last. So pretty close race overall with the AI, but as for me, I was basically just sailing away once I took the lead. So the Impreza prototype is getting closer to the Focus. This battle is not over for second by any means. And as for the rest, I would say the results have pretty much stabilised. So, another 10 grand for winning, and officially I am now 70,000 credits richer. Anyways, 7 races down and still 3 to go. As this time we are going to Apricot Hill. Time for us to once again take home what will probably be victory number 8. Because of how easy it's been for me to win this championship. And I do mean that hyperbole, I don't mean that literally. Well, in some cases you could say it's literal, but obviously I wouldn't have thought of it to be an overstatement at this point. And officially, I've now moved up into the 2nd position. And as of which, I'm now just under 8/10 behind the Corolla, who quite surprisingly at the moment is running in 2nd place. My fellow Impreza has now taken 2nd once again, so whilst he is tussling with the Focus, there could still be the remotest of possibilities of me seeing the 1-2 for the Impreza prototypes in this championship. There is that, you know, distinctive possibility. Which I'm pretty certain up to this point the Impreza prototype probably will take 2nd place in this race eventually, once he manages to pull off an overtake. But as for me, like I expected myself to be, at the moment I am virtually unchallenged. But at the very least, the Impreza prototype is definitely fighting hard to make sure he gets that second place, and I really gotta say, that is worthy of a GG. So, you know, GG to the other Impreza prototype for trying his hardest to get himself up into second. So this could still be a possible sweep of first and second. For the two Impreza prototypes. It's definitely a possibility now, considering obviously our consistency in pretty much the last 3 races by now has been very strong. But I guess at the moment we'll just have to wait and see, because there are never any guarantees. There we go, won by just over a second, and officially looks like the Impreza prototype beat the Focus to the line in the track race. Corolla was third, then it was the other Impreza in fifth, and then at the back it was the Celica. So I think the results pretty much from 4th to 6th by now have probably stabilised, but dependent on knowing what the results will look like from 2nd and 3rd, that remains to be seen. But the Impreza prototype is definitely closing in, and we still have 2 races to go. So I am definitely champion at this point, and I would say the rest of the championship results, except for 2nd and 3rd, have pretty much equalised up to this point. So, 8 races down and still 2 to go, as of which it is now time for our penultimate race, which takes place at Trial Mountain Reverse. And will I win this race? Probably. So let's just get this son of a bitch over with, and then we have just 1 race to go at Gran Valley Speedway, where we will be driving 3 laps around Gran Valley, in comparison of course to the other races which have literally been just, well, 2 laps. Meanwhile, going back of course to business, as usual. It is basically just going to be a consultation for me to say that both this and Grand Valley, like I said at the start of the championship, will very much be a guaranteed clean sweep. And you know what, I probably will save this replay, because I don't think I have a replay saved to Trial Mountain Reverse yet, and I think this could very well be a first, as far as I know, because I don't think I have a replay saved at Trial Mountain Reverse. At least I don't think I do. Second lap of Trial Mountain Reverse, and it looks like the Focus probably will take home second place in the championship, unfortunately. But at the very least, there'll still be a double podium for Subaru up to this point, because the consistency of my fellow Impreza prototype has just been excellent recently. There has definitely been consistency involved, and obviously it will still be a double podium for Subaru regardless, so obviously I will definitely be happy with that result. Up to this point, as of which it doesn't look like anyone is overtaking the focus. But again, as I expected, rubber banding is still pretty strong, and obviously, pretty much in every race since the first one in Tokyo, his AI have been keeping up with me pretty good. It's like they've actually been staying within pretty much 1.5 seconds of me. Well, within 2 seconds, I should probably say, because that's now 1.6 seconds, but I'm sure they'll close in, because rubber banding is definitely strong in the beginner league. Anyways, another easy W, and officially that is now 9 races out of 10. And the results in this race have pretty much confirmed the results for the championship overall. But of course, as I'm just yawning. But of course, like I said at the start of the championship, if it was going to be all rally cars, then obviously this would certainly be a guaranteed clean sweep. And it looks like the results up to this point have pretty much stabilised and have already been decided on the finishing order. So let's head over to the 10th and final race of the Beginner League GT World Championship, which takes place at Grand Valley, and where, unlike all the other races, we are driving 3 laps, with this being the finale of the Beginner League. So let's do this. The 10th and final race of the Beginner League GT World Champion. And where, up to this point, I pretty much clinched the championship a long time ago. Because I pretty much clinched it after I won at Route 11. Which had pretty much solidified that I pretty much won the championship well before it was over. And yo! My Impreza prototype has now just slotted his way up into second. He really slingshotted his way through the order on the exit of the first hairpin, and he might even challenge me for the lead. The way this is going. And, oh, he ran wide. But fortunately, he does manage to hold on to the position. But up to this point, it doesn't look like it's going to be a 1-2 in the championship for Subaru. I don't think. But again, it's still good to have first and third, because I will definitely accept that. If you want my honest opinion. Because to me personally, that is a win. Having 2 cars on the podium, that to me personally, that is a win for Scooby right there. Heading through the S turn is what I think this is, even though it could be a chicane. I get confused between the two over what that's meant to be. But officially completing the first lap here at Gran Valley Speedway, where I am pretty much on course to making this championship an unquestionable clean sweep. So I would say the results by now have pretty much stabilised. But depending on where exactly the Focus is running, I think he's just picked the Subaru for second place in the championship, considering he only needs to finish in 5th or higher in order for him to officially be the confirmed second place runner up to this point. So I'm not going to push it here, just basically going to cruise home knowing that this is a certain clean sweep. Dependent on knowing if this will or won't become a problem for the amateur league, that might just be a matter of opinion. But meanwhile, I am still up front, and at the moment, I am still literally unchallenged. So, 2 laps are now complete as we officially start our 3rd and final lap of Grand Valley Speedway. Officially, after this race, I will be on course to what is a likely clean sweep. And then, after this, I will go through the overall results for this championship. Considering, obviously, it is once again going to be a podium sweep for Subaru. As for the Focus up to this point, well, he's currently battling with the Toyota Corolla, and the Celica is somewhere at the back of this freight train, where officially I just have pretty much a few corners to go, and then once this race is done, I have pretty much swept up this championship. So is this going to be 10 out of 10 wins? I would say up to this point, once I make it through the final corner, the answer is a definite yes. If I can just survive the final corner, then obviously this championship will be a clean sweep. Onto the main straight now, and officially it is a clean sweep. By 1.3 seconds, I have pretty much made this a clean sweep. So another podium sweep for Subaru, then it was Toyota in 4th, the Focus was in 5th, and then at the back was the Celica. So I believe the Focus just managed to pip the Impreza for second place in the championship, and officially, as for the rest of the results, yep, there we are. So it is a clean sweep for me, as I won 10 out of 10 races. The Focus then finished in second by a single point over the Impreza prototype with 45 points. Then it was the other Impreza in 4th with 32 points. The Toyota Corolla finished in 5th with 24 points, and then at the back with 15 points was the Celica. And I am officially 100,000 credits richer. Oh shit. I just remembered I don't have a replay saved. I was literally going to do that at Tri-Mount in reverse, and then I suddenly forgot. Damn it. That was literally the one thing I was forgetting to do. Well, guess I'll just have to make Gran Valley my thumbnail. But again, I don't blame myself for trying. But yeah, that was literally the one thing I forgot to do. Anyways, we have won the championship, and what car do we win? It is... oh, okay. We win a Toyota Celica GT4. Pretty much the car that finished last in most races. And for completing the beginner league, we get a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 5, I think this is. Yeah, it says it on there. So that's the prize car we win for completing the beginner league. A Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 5 GSR. And now we move on. Also, furthermore, I should probably mention that officially we get the first ending movie from completing the GT World Championship in the beginner league, which is the one reason why I stopped recording, because I want to save the credits to the very end. And officially, there we go. So there we are. So I have a couple of races I need to sweep up later on, but obviously I will of course get on with those with time to spare. But officially, the GT World Championship is a clean sweep, as I predicted it to be after I won, after I saw pretty much all the opponents were rally cars. So I basically got the clean sweep by default. But as a result, I am now 25.9% complete, and my win ratio is now moved back up by 2%, and we are pretty much over a quarter of this game done now. And officially, these are the two prize cars we get. So, for winning the championship, we get a Toyota Celica GT4 in orange Mica Metallic. Another car I will probably have some usage for. And I gotta be honest, I do actually like this thing in orange. That's one thing lots of other people probably won't notice, but I do actually like this thing in orange. So, you know, pretty cool. And for completing the beginner league, we get this. A Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 5 GSR. Okay, anyways. So there we go. That was the Beginner GT World Championship. And next time, now that the Beginner League is complete, we shall be moving onwards to the Amateur League. And where the first event I will be doing is another championship event. And officially, it will be the Japanese Championship. Stay tuned for more of Gran Turismo 3.